नमस्कार बच्चों. Today's lesson is solutions. We are today going to start the next chapter, solutions. We are already over with the chapter solid states with its all exercise and questions. So let us start with the chapter. Before proceeding through, I will here like to explain a few terms. Solution, what is meant by solution? This is actually homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Keep in mind, the only condition is that the solution or the mixture has to be homogeneous throughout. Then we may have a binary solution. Binary means having two components only. And if it is a binary solution, then we will come across two more new terms. The one is solute. Solute is the component which is present in lesser quantity, and solvent is the component of the solution which is present in larger quantities. Now, types of solutions based on the physical state of the solute and solvent. We have some 9 types of solutions. 9 types of solutions. Number 1, the solutions which are gaseous in state. They may have solute gas and solvent gas. Such type of mixtures you will always see as a true solution, and the best example is the air which we breathe in throughout day and night. Next is, if the solute is in liquid state and the solvent is in gaseous state, we have the solution again in gaseous state, and the best example is when chloroform is mixed with nitrogen gas. Chloroform, children, keep in mind, is a highly volatile liquid. Then next is again the solution will be in gaseous state. The solute here is in solid state and the solvent is a gas, and the best example here is camphor in nitrogen gas. Then liquid solutions, it may have gas dissolved in the solvent liquid, which is the best example is the water we drink every day. It may have dissolved gases like oxygen, like CO2, like nitrogen, or the other gases. It is always a liquid solution having gas dissolved in it. Then liquid, when dissolved in liquid, ethanol dissolved in water, or any liquid dissolved in another liquid, but they must be completely soluble in each other. Then the solid dissolved in liquid, glucose dissolved in water, or salt dissolved in water, and the resultant solution is always throughout homogeneous. Solid solutions, we may have gas dissolved in solid. The best example is when hydrogen is adsorbed on the palladium, which is used as a catalyst. Next, we may have liquid dissolved in solid, like the mercury absorbed in sodium, which is again it is used as a catalyst in several reactions. Then is when solid is dissolved in solid. This is the best example. You can have a solid solution around yourself. When you see that copper, when mixed with zinc and other metals, you get an alloy which you see as brass and bronze. These are the solid solutions made by dissolving solid into solid. Now, expressing the concentration of solutions. When we have solution, we must know the concentration of the solution. There are various ways in which the concentration of a given solution may be expressed. The first of them is mass percentage. Mass percentage, here you see weight by weight. That means the weight of solute and solvent both are taken in terms of grams. It may be determined with the help of the formula mass percentage of component. Say for example, we want to find out the mass component of solvent, then it will be the mass of the solvent divided by total mass of the solution into 100. And if we want to find out the mass percent of solute, then the same formula will take up the shape of that mass percent of solute will be equals to mass of the solute divided by total mass of the solution into 100. Next is volume percentage. Volume percentage simply means the solute and solvent both will be taken in terms of their volume, that is ml or liter. Volume percent of any one given component, may be solute or solvent, may be expressed in terms of volume of the solute or solvent divided by total volume of the solution into 100. So the same formula can be used to determine the volume percent of solute and solvent both. Next method is, third is the mass by volume percentage. This one we find mostly on the labels of our pharmaceutical preparations. You can say the suspensions which are generally given to the infants, they express the composition in terms of mass by volume percentage. Mass of solute is generally expressed as a numerator, and the total volume of the solution is expressed in a denominator, and the fraction is multiplied by 100 to give the percentage. Generally it is expressed per 100 ml of the solution. Next one is the parts per million, also known as ppm. This is one of the very important expression for the concentration. You will find the amount of heavy metals and chlorine and all these substances in drinking water expressed in terms of ppm. So you must have heard that not more than 1 ppm of fluoride is recommended for healthy teeth in drinking water. So how to calculate it? ppm of any substance is equal to number of the parts of component divided by total number of parts of all the components of the solution. Keep in mind children, here all the components, not only the solvent, not only the water, not on only one component, but all the components taken together into 10 to the power 6. And next, last but not the least, and in fact I should say this is the most important expression for concentration, that is mole fraction. This is the term which is most used by the chemist, or we can say that chemists are more fond of the term mole fraction, molarity and molality, which we will be discussing later. Mole fraction of component 1 equal to number of moles of component 1 divided by total number of moles of all the components. So if it is a binary solution having component A and B, we can express the mole fraction of component A equals to moles of A divided by moles of A plus moles of B. And if the solution has I number of components in it, then mole fraction of any component I may be determined as n moles of component I divided by total moles of the solution for all the components. For a binary solution, children need to keep in mind that mole fraction of both the components is sum of the mole fraction of the components is equal to 1.